Season 2 of the Pat and JT podcast.
Oh man, I'm here at last. The first time, always gonna be the best. Come on!
Exclusively on the Herd App Media Network.
For those of you watching our live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, typical, I fired about 4 seconds too early. We were at 4 and I had my finger hovering above the button and all of a sudden it played and it must have been like heat, whatever. And it scared me. I startled. It was 4 seconds.
Didn't see that. Dang it.
Yeah. Dang it.
Oh my gosh. So I have a slight head cold. And so my nose is plugged up and I sound awful because my throat's sore and I'm just a mess.
I bet you were a hot mess if somebody's watching you sleep last night with your mouth wide open and
I can't breathe. Yeah. I don't know how many times I took like 4 showers this weekend just to stand in a hot shower and just steamed and oh my God,
Yeah.
I could breathe. Oh my God, I could breathe. And
Beth had that cold a couple weeks ago, and she a couple times was like, I don't know where all of this is coming from. Like it just like you clear it out and you think, yay, finally, and then 12 seconds later, it's back up there again. Like
if I
how?
could find a way to sell it and bottle it, that'd be
Hey,
awesome.
You never know.
But you never know. That's right. We've
Never
seen
know.
weirder things, right?
We've talked about weirder things. Yeah.
Oh my God. So anyway,
You went to the and you well, you're sick, so you probably didn't. Any of the
What's
Berkshire
that?
Hathaway meeting stuff? Did you do any like Nebraska Furniture Mart? Did you get
I
the free
didn't. I
ice
followed
cream?
a lot of people just watching them, all the happenings. That was
Mhm.
going. A lot of friends went. I saw a lot of their pictures on social media. No, I did not get out very much. I did, like backyard stuff, which was fantastic. Just to get outside in the sun was great yesterday. Then today it's dreary. So,
It was nice. It was nice. It wasn't we went to Nebraska Furniture Mart on Friday afternoon, late afternoon. It wasn't as busy as I thought it was going to be, but there were a couple things that we got like at Berkshire pricing on or whatever, and it was only like $15 less. So I'm thinking, okay, so that means either it's not marked up very much at all in general, or
Well-
it's like a dry hump of a discount because like literally it's $15 was the Burke price. I'm like, what? $15
right.
off, sorry. Yeah.
That's Denise, you're funny. She just wrote in there, you sound similar to Half Speed JT.
Sweet.
Right now I do. And she says, so what does Half Speed Sick JT sound like? I don't know that I want to find out.
We'll find out tomorrow. We'll find out Wednesday, maybe.
Half Speed JT. I feel like Half Speed JT, to be honest. Slow down. Just slow down. A lot of stuff going on this weekend. And obviously the saddest news that came out was the fact that Naomi Judd passed away this weekend.
Yeah, really sad.
The day before the induction ceremony into the Country Music Hall of Fame. There's a lot going on there, but one of the stories that I found about her, they were talking about just her struggles with mental health for years. And she said that the one thing that she made note of is when they were on tour, that's when everything was best. And it was when tour stopped that she just like didn't know what to do with herself. And so that's when it kicked in really hard. And it's been going like the last 10 years. It's been a super struggle. And I think the whole medication thing,
Yeah.
she tried everything, therapies and meds and all that stuff. And then struggling with the relationship with her daughters.
And when most people in general get into a position where they're needing medication, which a ton of people are, there usually is that safety net that can help them. And how scary would it be to know that none of that helps?
Mhm.
None of it. I mean, you've been through everything and nothing helps.
They just couldn't find the right combination. I'm sure, but she had to wait so many years trying everything. It's like,
Mhm.
it had to be terrible. And then the relationships with her daughters, like, we were talking about just that's always been a struggle. Remember the series I think it was on OWN. They had a Judd's series with them.
Ooh,
maybe
vaguely.
on tour. And they fell apart during the filming of that. It drove them farther apart, and they ended up taking a break from each other for a while.
Yeah.
And then I think they said that, was it last year? Yeah. Last year, things had started to be better between her and Winona, but then they were working together at that time to help care for Ashley, who was in Congo, the Democratic Republic of Congo in 2021. It said she fell and severely injured her leg, breaking it in several places. I never heard that story.
Yeah, me either.
And
Not
I'm
at
like,
all.
how do you she fell. It wasn't like she was in an accident. Well, but still,
Right.
that's
Yeah.
crazy. And so that took a long while for her to recover. So it put them in the position of caregivers, and it appeared to be better for their relationship because they were working together.
I don't know. It's sad. And especially 3 weeks ago when they sang together, sounded fantastic. And I didn't know until
Wow.
after she passed away that they were doing a arena tour starting this summer. I had no clue.
They'd made that announcement
sad.
right after. That's why they did the performance at that time, because it was kind of like that was their coming out. We're going to go back out and do a few shows. But it was really hard to watch because Naomi didn't look well there. It was, there were some pictures of them together, and Winona was holding her, kind of like helping her steady. And so, and there were comments about that at the time. And she wore the really tall hair that she had that night. Well, then it came out in this story too, that because of the drugs she was on, she had lost a lot of hair because of the different drugs, that and stress. And so she wore hair pieces all the time, and she was terrified that somebody would see her without her hair. And so she had it, the hats were all fixed, and so that she would, if she put a hat on, it had hair came with it, just kind of like she was terrified of that. But I didn't, a lot of that stuff never made the news until now. Yeah, Denise she remembers that story about Ashley. I don't remember that story of her breaking her leg several times.
Well, and she's kind of gone, and maybe it was because of that, but has been off the radar for a number of years. And seeing her last night at the Country Music Hall of Fame induction, I mean, you could tell she's had some plastic surgery in since the last time we've really seen her. But yeah, then after I saw it, I'm like, man, when was the last time she did really anything publicly before? When was it? It's been a while.
Yeah, it seems like everything just kind of changed course after her divorce. And then you just didn't see her as often. And it's weird, is looking back at pictures of Winona and Naomi, is how much Naomi and Ashley looked alike. The younger Naomi and like 10 years ago Ashley were like sisters. I mean, like twins. It's just crazy how much they looked alike. But yeah, I know it was rough on them doing that Hall of Fame induction, but I kind of understand that they just wanted to do it. Let's just do it and rip the Band-Aid off and go. And then now they can go home and take care of themselves.
That would be, they probably don't even remember a lot of it. I'm sure they're just in shock.
I had to be. It was just terrible. So that was really sad news, and it was shocking for a lot of people to see that.
I know you say this every year, it seems like, but it's been 2022 has been a rough one for celebrity deaths so far, and we're just kicking off May.
Right? It has been. It really has been. On another note, we've still got the Johnny Depp trial going on. They're getting ready to throw Amber Heard on the stand, and so she fired her PR team last week because
why? Well, we kind of know why.
Because she didn't like her headlines. So she fired him. And so she hired another team, which apparently this other team has worked against Johnny Depp before in another case. And I can't remember what it is right off the top of my head. But anyway, she's trying to change the narrative. Like, well, you keep lying on the stand. So
right. You kind of created your own narrative by doing that. It's like, well, what are you supposed to do? You can't spin it.
You're not being a helpful client.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a client that comes in and wants you to do something for them, and then you're never doing it right. It's like, well, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, she switched him out, and I think I did have something in here about the firm that's helping her. The firm helped highlight allegations lodged by Depp's former business managers. That's what it was. This firm that she's working with, led by David Shane is his name, worked with Johnny Depp's former business managers. That was called the Management Group, alleging that he needed professional help because of his compulsive spending habit. I don't know what that trial was about, but anyway, I don't know. In the world of PR, it's got to be just a hot mess most of the time.
Yeah.
I just can't even.
Yeah. You're usually doing something to switch the narrative to make someone look better or look worse than they really are. So it's just a disaster, constant anxiety, and it'd be rough.
Absolutely crazy. Oh, and then did you see the Amber Heard fans versus the Johnny Depp fans out there? There is a petition, remove Amber Heard from Aquaman 2.
Yeah, I did see that.
There are over 3 million signatures.
And I'm
So
sorry, I haven't seen any of the Aquamans or Men or whatever at all. So like, is Aquaman 2 already out? Like it's in theaters. They want to take it out now, or has it not been released yet?
I think it's not been released yet. There was a story I saw, and if I'm wrong, we will hear about it. But if I'm wrong, because I think there was a story somewhere about the messaging was along the lines of, even if it delays the release,
Gotcha. Okay.
we can recast it, or they can in post, they can do that. It's like one of the top, what do you got? Change.org. It's one of the top moves, one of the top motions right now.
March 17th, 2023. So they have time.
Okay, yay.
Yeah, they got a little bit of time.
Read something. There you go. Thank you for doing that, because I
Yeah.
was doubting myself heavily. But so yeah, remove Amber Heard from Aquaman 3. So I don't know if that means she has to send the money back too. I'm not real sure. But she probably can't keep the paycheck,
Yeah.
I would think.
I would think. I don't know.
However that works.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Let's see here. What else was in here? Oh, I got a Kardashian story I got to throw out here, because in the latest Kardashians
Yes, watched it last night.
on Hulu, right?
Mhm. Yes.
Okay. So there's a story that comes out, because apparently there is a scene where Kris Jenner was reading Travis Barker's upcoming proposal speech to Kourtney,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay. So somebody caught a picture, screen grab of her, because the daughter's phone numbers, meaning Kim and Kylie in particular, were spotted on Chris's phone. And the way she has them labeled in her phone
I saw that.
was Kimbo 2022
Yes.
and Kylie new 2022. But the proposal happened last October 2021.
Yeah, true. Right.
So did they okay, so somebody's basically, what they're doing is proving this is really harsh scripted. This is scripted and they redid.
So according to during the show, like on the show, and I don't remember the timeline like back when it happened, but it happened the same week that Kim did SNL, because they're in New York. They're all in New York together, and they're supporting her that week. And then that's when all this was getting ready to go down. That's when she was reading that. And then the following episode or next week or whatever in real life, it was when they were going to get back to California and he was going to propose. So it's in that time.
So they wouldn't have been known as Kimbo 2022.
I don't think so. I mean, when did
August or September? I think it was September, October, somewhere in there of last fall is when it should have been. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, let's see what she did SNL. Yeah, she hosted October 9th.
Yeah, they got engaged October 2021. There it is. I just found it over here. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, and I did notice the way she had. I just thought it was weird the way they were in her phone, because I did notice that. I didn't think much of it, but because there you watch Housewives. There's a Housewives the beginning of Jersey, like the first couple episodes of Jersey. They're showing people driving around, whatever, and having conversations. And in some of the scenes, you can see snow outside the window. In other scenes, you can see green leaves. So you obviously know they went back and did some reshoots, but that doesn't shock me. It doesn't surprise me.
Continuity isn't real important anymore.
Yeah. And Seacrest is involved in this new Kardashian show. He's executive producer. I noticed that last night too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Speaking of Kimbo 2022, did you see the latest Pete Davidson tattoo?
No, I did not.
So it looks like he got a tattoo on his neck, and it reads KNSCP. Kim North Saint Chicago Psalm.
Oh, good Lord.
He got Kanye's kids' initials put on his neck. And you know how the poke the bear.
Yeah, and I know, okay, and the show is, like you said, it's super scripted. We all know that. But Kanye, during this October 9th week when she was on SNL, that was the week that she got the sex tape back. He flew, according to what was on the show, I don't know if this is actually what happened, but he went to LA or wherever it was, wherever Ray J was, and got all the files and everything, and flew to New York to give it to Kim because that's what she wanted. She started crying and she just lost her mind. She was so happy that she finally had it. So, and Kanye was there. He went there and he was super sweet and the family was hugging on him. And he, so I think a lot of it, right. I mean, I know he's not a stable dude and Pete's poking, but he always seems like such a sweet person.
Right?
Yeah. He always does.
Ultimately, he is a little off.
Yeah.
But yeah, ultimately, I think you're right. But yeah, I saw that and I thought, oh, dude, why are you doing that to him?
No.
But it just that just came out this weekend. Doesn't matter. See, it would have been April 29th was when somebody noticed it. So that just happened. Yeah. Craziness. All right, let's see here. What else is going on?
Enjoy the new Kardashian show, though. I got to tell you, I do enjoy it.
I was wondering if you were.
They're cussy. They can cuss a little bit. They're good actors, I guess, but they seem. It just seems like it's a better show. I don't know what that even means, but I like it.
I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
I'm just leaning on your reviews right now.
Yeah, awesome.
Katie just popped in and said, "OMG." I have to tell you guys, I listened to the Psycho Spider Coworkers episode from Friday. And it just happened to be right after I had a major spider incident at my house this morning that made me an hour late for work. What on earth is wrong with people?
We had our house sprayed last week for spiders on the outside. We don't play.
Really? Well,
Mhm.
some spiders are good though.
I don't ever hear that. I know technically and scientifically they are.
Yeah, they are. You just don't want to hear about it, do you?
I know.
Man, I remember a video. Was it a video of you? Were you trying to knock down a spider web in a shrub?
Oh,
And you got caught in it?
Yeah, it was awful. Absolutely awful.
Scream
Awful,
like a girl.
I will lay down in a bathtub full of snakes before I watch one spider walk across my living room. Nasty ass wolf spiders. Ugh.
That's
So
an
gross.
image. Very good. Very good. Oh my God. All right. So other than that, let me see. I think I've got everything in here that I wanted to hit on. Oh, I know one thing that somebody did. A couple of things we were talking about Twitter and Elon Musk last week. And one of the questions you had at the time was, how is this happening so fast? How is he already in charge? And I heard a great conversation and it kind of laid it out a little bit better. Elon Musk is not, he is a large shareholder for sure. He doesn't own it yet. They're still going through all that stuff. So because they're going to be going through all the books, the rumor is that Twitter may have inflated their value. And now they're going to actually have people going through the books and seeing what the real numbers are and what the algorithms are and how many people are actively using. They think that they overinflated or inflated, whatever you want to say, the actual number of active users. And so a lot of people are being put back into active status on Twitter, and people are gaining all these followers all of a sudden because everything had been kind of squelched. And they're thinking that's what's causing all the changes on Twitter. So if people are noticing they're all of a sudden getting followers, it isn't because Elon pushed a button. It was because Twitter knows they're going to be looked at. Somebody's going to grab the books from both sides, accounting. They're going to be looking through to make sure that the valuation is correct based on the actual users and use. And so they had to kind of open the floodgates and let some things come back in. So it isn't because it isn't him doing it, but it is because he's trying to buy it.
And I like that he had said that his goal will be to verify every human being, which I think is so important. I think Instagram should do it. Facebook should do it. Whether you care if you're verified or not, like if they can, helping people try to get verified is an absolute disaster. There are people there's someone right now we're trying to help get verified, 100,000 followers, multiple press things written about this person, and ID's been sent in, address has been sent in, whatever, and that, nope, not good enough. Like, what else do you need?
There is no process to it. It really is subjective. Is that the word I'm looking for? Like they do, some they don't. You do the same thing for somebody else, but I think that there should be a method for doing that. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. I'm a fan of the fact that everybody has to use their government name when they're on there, because for some, depending on who you are, you have an opinion, but maybe the position you're in, it'll hurt people around you if you say something. And so people have to be really careful what they're saying sometimes because of their job, or they don't want to hurt their family members.
You should be able to verify that you are that person behind the account. But if you want to change the username or whatever, the front facing like stage name or whatever, you should be able to do that. Then as long as they know all the time.
Because so many other people do that. It's like using your real name. I don't know. I think that that's more of a problem than using a fake name. But I do believe that everybody should be able to get verified, so a real person is actually sitting behind that handle as opposed to a bot.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably more important than anything else, but kind of interesting. And then somebody else brought up when we were having the conversation about Elon Musk, and we were talking with Dana about it and about him and the lawsuit so that he could call himself a founder. And I got quite the email that basically here's how they broke it down, was that he was the third employee, and that was when he invested all that money. And then he sued. They said he sued to be able to be called a founder, but actually there were 5 people that all wanted to be called founders, and he doesn't have it in his bio that way. He has CEO and product architect of Tesla is what he calls himself. And I thought, okay. I get it. But he was involved in the very beginning, but just 5 months after the first 2 incorporated the company. And then he was the third, and then there was a fourth, and then there was a fifth, and all 5 of them called themselves co-founders now. So
okay.
Got that out there. We good. Yeah, I'm looking here. Is there anything else that I had on my list of shit? I think the big one, my lead story, was the Kardashian is fake. Kardashian show is fake.
Breaking news, Earth. Kardashian are fake.
So there you go.
All right. Well, you guys, thanks for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook, we're there every today. Oh, and we got to thank Centris as well.
Yes, I was just kidding. I was waiting for you to get through your housekeeping.
Fumble through what I was supposed to say.
Give your private phone number and give your
403-9478, not my private phone number. That's our show phone number.
But yes, Centris Federal Credit Union. Thank you to them for being our supporters and our sponsors for the year of 2022. See, you've almost made it halfway through the year, and everything's been good so far. We've kept it pretty much out of the ditch.
Yeah, well, pretty much as much out of the ditch as we can.
It might be because of hanging out with good people like them.
Maybe. We have to step up our game. We have to. We're forced to. The website is centrisfcu.org. Tons of great informational blogs, or you can also call them at 402-40. No, that's our number, 402-334-7000. I just got numbers all over the place.
We need to make a sign for you to put it on your screen.
I need, what are those things? A thingy?
A prompter?
Telestrator? Whatever. Yeah.
Teleprompter.
There you go. Teleprompter. Thank you. All right. Hope you guys have a fantastic week. Thank you for listening, watching, whatever you're doing. And you can get us, our podcast, wherever you get your podcast. Rate, review, and subscribe. Thanks.
Pat and JT Podcast, a Huda Media Production.